Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be doing our daily transparency update as always. So if you're new here, that just includes me talking about my portfolio gains or losses every single stock market day. And so with this, I always have the transparency. Whether it's a huge loss day or a significant green day, I showcase my portfolio and just have transparency with my current feelings about the market. So of course, as always, if you enjoy the transparency updates, please make sure to smash that like button. But just getting into this one for today, of course we'll be addressing Tesla stock as well, because that is the only stock that I own aside from this free stock right here. So with Tesla stock, we actually got a positive gain in the normal market hours, but in the after hours is when things started to go a little bit sideways and we started to see a little bit of a pullback. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing, of course, the losses and then also the topic of a potential pullback for Tesla stock, especially tomorrow and over the next couple of days after Battery Day. So anyways, just addressing the portfolio value currently, I'm currently at $154,985.29. And for the normal market hours, we got a plus 1.58% gain. That's plus $2,540.43. And for the after hours, we are currently at minus 5.32%, which is minus $8,714.30. So definitely a significant drop in the after hours. Some people are likely panicking right now, especially if they have calls for Battery Day. And so just before we get any further into discussion of this stock, I just want to address one of the reasons why I think we saw this drop in the after hours. So let's go ahead and check out this tweet by Elon Musk on Twitter. I think this has a little bit to do with the drop that we saw in after hours, just because of the fact that it seemed to drop around the time period that Elon Musk tweeted this. So let's go ahead and check out this tweet and then I'll explain things a little bit further. So at 4:56 p.m. today, Elon Musk tweeted, "Important note about Tesla Battery Day unveiled tomorrow. This affects long-term production, especially Semi, Cybertruck, and Roadster, but what we announce will not reach serious high-volume production until 2022. And he also states, "We intend to increase, not reduce, battery cell purchases from Panasonic, LG, and CATL, possibly other partners too. However, even with our cell suppliers going at maximum speed, we will foresee significant shortages in 2022 and beyond unless we also take action ourselves." So that occurred at 4:56 p.m. So we can kind of just compare this timeline. So we have 4:55 right there. Yeah, you can pretty much attribute that drop in the stock price to that tweet by Elon Musk. He tweeted it at 4:56 p.m. and then we saw this peak at 4:55 and then it really just dropped off at that point. So I'm assuming, just given those tweets alone, the reason that people have a negative reaction is, of course, I think this is what I think investors are thinking possibly. And keep in mind, anything that I say in this video is not to be considered financial advice. This is simply just me sharing my thoughts and opinions about the market and Tesla stock. But I think people reacted negatively to that because, for one thing, there is some high hopes for more vertical integration with Tesla. So I think what a lot of people were hoping out of Battery Day tomorrow, and I think this is still a big possibility, is that Tesla proceeds to add further to its vertical integration with the batteries by producing their own battery cells. So with people seeing this tweet on Twitter, I think they got a little bit discouraged just because of the fact that Elon Musk is saying that they're actually going to be increasing their purchases with their supply lines in these companies in the future. So I think that discouraged some of these investors that want to see more vertical integration. But what I don't think they realize out of this is that this tweet is actually kind of a good signal. And I think another reason why we saw the share price drop a little bit is because Elon Musk basically says that it won't be ramping up until like 2022 for the serious high volume production. So that's another thing as well. People can be impatient. However, for the people buying Tesla stock right now, the long-term vision is what is relevant and important in my opinion. But like I said, I think some people may have sold off because they might be be disappointed with the fact that Elon Musk isn't talking about more vertical integration and is actually discussing buying more batteries from other companies. But the thing that they are not realizing with this, and this is where I really want to emphasize the good aspect of this tweet, I think Elon's point right here is that the demand for Teslas by the time of 2022 is going to be so much more than what it already is right now. So there's already that bottleneck of supply constraints on batteries currently. So I think even with Battery Day tomorrow, I think they're going to announce that they're producing their own battery cells. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to have Tesla producing as many battery cells as they can and also buying as many battery cells as they can and still barely meeting the demand by 2022. And I think that's honestly the point of his tweet right there. And I think what matters from that tweet and what you can actually extrapolate from that and infer on is the fact that demand is going to be so high that Tesla, even at this point, is still trying their best to add to this vertical integration, create their own battery cells. I honestly think that's going to be announced tomorrow on Battery Day. But I think even with them doing that and producing their own facilities within their factories to produce the battery cells, they're still going to struggle with supply constraints for a while until they can actually meet the demand. So in the meantime, it's going to end up with them likely having to produce their own battery cells and having some vertical integration, and then also possibly having to buy battery cells from other companies as well. So I think that's what this tweet is referring to, rather than just saying we're going to have no vertical integration, we're just simply going to buy from all of these other companies and things like that. And I think people took this tweet in the wrong way, similar to how people took the $5 billion stock offering thing in a wrong way as well. Because if you actually look into it and think about why would he mention this, what does this mean, if you really think about it, that tweet is a good thing because it's emphasizing that demand is going to be so high in 2022 that they're going to have to increase their purchases from other companies. And then also, I just don't see how Tesla by then wouldn't be producing some of their own battery cells as well. So I think what's actually going to happen is that there will be Tesla producing its own battery cells and then also buying from other companies, just simply trying to meet demand. Because as we know, Tesla is ramping up production in many factories right now with the Fremont factory and the Shanghai Gigafactory, and they're constructing the Austin Gigafactory and the Berlin Gigafactory. But as these get created, just keep in mind that there will be a lot of vehicles being produced, and therefore there's that necessity of a lot of batteries needing to be provided as well. And so as Tesla works on its full production line, if they do decide to create their own battery cells, it's going to take a while for them to be able to ramp up production for that and meet that equivalent rate to the production of cars that they can make. So with that, in the meantime, I think they're going to have to buy from other suppliers, and then over time they can vertically integrate a little bit more and start producing more of their own battery cells. So I think that's what's likely. I think we're going to have a combination of Tesla with like their Project Roadrunner, with them creating their own battery cells most likely, and then they're also just going to have to buy from other suppliers simply out of necessity. So honestly, I don't think this tweet is a bad thing, and I think that people just took it the wrong way and didn't really infer on it on what it actually means. And this is why I always like to emphasize with huge events like with Battery Day, people have to stay level-headed on their expectations, or they're going to end up getting disappointed. Or like I said in previous videos, some information may be revealed on Battery Day that could go over investors' heads, just like this tweet right here. So I think that's important to realize as well. The same thing applied to Autonomy Day, the same thing applied to the Cybertruck unveiling, which is honestly a good thing, because if you understand what some of this information really means, whereas the rest of the market reacts negatively to it, then that means you have an advantage. So like I said, I actually think this tweet is a good thing because it notes that there's going to be a huge demand increase for Tesla by the time of 2022, which is something that was inevitable already in my opinion. This is something I already expected, but I think Elon Musk just wanted to have that clarity there that they're going to have to buy from some other suppliers while they also likely, of course, in my opinion, create their own battery cells as well. So that's likely just going to be a necessity for a while so they can meet demand on the vehicles until they can later start producing even more batteries themselves. And so just addressing the idea of whether we could see a pullback sometime soon, given the fact that we already have a 5.58% drop today in the after hours, of course, a lot of things could change by the time of tomorrow, but generally I think what will happen over time, like especially the next month after Battery Day, I think there is going to be a pullback until the next major event. Now, I don't mean that, of course, over the course of the whole month that it's just a continuous pullback, but I think there will be a slight pullback possibly in the share price after it runs up to wherever it's going to go. So if it surges on Battery Day and it ends up surging a few days after that, eventually it's going to hit its peak, and then I think it's going to have a pullback, just as it has naturally done so over the course of pretty much its history, and especially the last year as well. Every time we see a run up, we see a pullback afterwards. So the pullback is inevitable. It just depends on when we hit this next peak for Tesla stocks. So a lot of things have changed since my previous predictions with Tesla, just because we have the general market moving in some interesting ways. We had VOO in the negative today with a minus 1.02% drop. NASDAQ is down 0.33%. A lot of the tech stocks started in the red today, and then Tesla had some interesting movements as well today, where it started out at plus 1.96%, dropped all the way down to minus 7.63%, recovered back up into the green, dropped back down once again to minus 1.31%, and then started to recover and go into the green until the end of the day, and then all of a sudden dropped back down after Elon Musk's tweet. So of course we also have to address the fact that Elon Musk has so much power at his fingertips. Just with a simple tweet, he can change the share price of Tesla stock significantly. And this wasn't even something like in the past where he said Tesla stock is too high. He simply just gave some information, and I think people took it the wrong way. Even though there's not this huge emphasis on independence and vertical integration, I think this tweet was more geared towards the fact that they're going to just have to utilize any sourcing they can at this point, in combination with them being vertically integrated themselves as well. So to me, this is a good thing, because it shows that they expect a lot of demand by the time of 2022, and I honestly think they're going to be working on their own battery cells by that time period, but they're also just going to have to buy from some other companies as well, just out of necessity to meet demand. So regarding a pullback, I think we will see one over this next month or so until the next big event. Now, I don't think it's going to be continuous over this next month. Honestly, it's going to be pretty unpredictable. As we all know, with short-term time frames, it's pretty much your guess is as good as mine when it comes to predictions, especially when it's Tesla stock. Now, regarding Battery Day, honestly, I would love to see a green day tomorrow, but given the fact that it's already down near 6% in after hours, of course, I don't know what tomorrow will end up looking like, but I feel like, at least in terms of the information that's going to be revealed, I feel like in a realistic world where people understand the information being presented, then we would have a green day for Tesla tomorrow. However, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we have some huge information announced and that it just simply goes over investors' heads tomorrow. So it's honestly pretty difficult to say where the stock could go tomorrow, especially given the fact that it's already down 6%, but we do notice the fact already with the after hours that we're seeing a little bit of a pullback for Tesla stock right now. And over this next month, like I said, I think we could see a little bit of a pullback after it reaches its peak from the hype of Battery Day. Now, I don't know if we have hit the peak just yet, or if it actually may surge tomorrow and a few days afterwards or something like that. So only a matter of time will tell. But regardless, this does present itself a buying opportunity for those that are interested in purchasing some Tesla stock. So that should definitely get some investors excited for those that have been waiting on the sidelines for a deal. But anyways, let's go ahead and address the movements for today. So for today's return on Tesla stock, we are at minus 4.32%. That's minus $6,870.01. And then the total return is currently at plus 44.43%. And that is plus $47,463.77. So anyways, I just wanted to share this transparency update with you all. So if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to smash that like button. And also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks. And especially with Webull right now, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. And all you have to do is use my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. Keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out after you get your free stocks. So it's basically just nice passive income, free money. Just want to let you all know about that, but hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.